it is what it is, right?
Yes, it is what it is.
We gotta do what we gotta do.
So, hi everyone. Thank you for joining us. I have a wonderful guest tonight. I want to thank, as we wait for everyone to come on, we have a wonderful guest, Toneka Wright, and my name's Heather Cummings.
Hi, everybody. I am going to go on and share this out right now.
Yes. While we're waiting for people to come on, I want to thank everyone for tonight, for joining us. We have a special, our weekly Curl Talk, and we have a special guest, Miss Toneka Wright. She'll be our guest, our co-host for the evening. And come on in, everyone. Let us know where you're from. How's your evening? How's everything going?
Yes, hump day.
Hump day.
Middle of the week.
And if you're catching the replay, thank you for joining us. And if you aren't catching us on replay, type replay in the comments when you do. But while we're waiting for everyone to come on, I want to introduce myself. My name is Heather Cummings, owner and CEO of Curl Kit. Curl Kit is an online subscription service providing hair care products and tools for the natural texture, women and people. You know, we encompass everyone. Everyone's hair texture is loved in the Curl Kit box. And also, I just want to mention that tonight we're doing not hair related. We kind of wanted to tie in the whole month of February. Happy last Black History Month Day, everyone. We want to kind of go out of Black History Month with a wonderful content, and Toneka is someone we definitely want to celebrate and end the month with, because
thank you.
with the culture of Black history in some way, or not Black history, the Black culture itself.
Yes. So, I feel honored to close out Black History Month.
Yes, doing it big.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yes, and then we also have a wonderful movie that popped up this past 2 weeks. It's going on 2 weeks now.
Yes, yeah.
Yes,
2 weeks now.
While we're waiting for people to join us, so Toneka is our guest. We're going to be discussing some wonderful information that is related to the tie-in, or not say tie-in, but we had a wonderful movie that is killing it in the box office.
Yes.
How do you guys, if you guys can let us know in the comments if you've seen Black Panther? Because if you ain't seen it, I don't know what to tell you. No judgment, but y'all need to go see it. I've seen it to the point where I'm gonna show y'all. I'm rocking some buttons. I'm a button girl.
Wow.
I got what we got here? I got T'Challa, and then I got what's the other button? The door. I can't pronounce it.
Milaje.
Yeah, Dora Milaje. I was like, yes. I got so. I'm repping hard. I'm just like, I reveal a little bit about myself every time I show up on camera. I am a comic book geek. I am to the core, like, don't mess up the character. So when this movie came to life, I so much felt like it was just, a childhood hero, or just someone you knew, and you're just like, why you didn't see it on film. So finally this movie showed up, and I was like, yes. But not to hold us up while everyone's coming in, I want to introduce Ms. Toneka Wright, owner and CEO of Real 365.
Right.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. And I'm not sure. While we waiting for people to come in, I see Hope. How are you? Hope you ain't see it, girl. You better go see it. Stop playing games, Hope. Don't play games. You gotta see that. You will not be disappointed. Hi, Robinette. Robinette from Philly. Hey, Robin. Nice to see you. I know you're still on your Eagles high. Tisa's in. Hi, everyone. I just want to remind you guys, share tonight's chat. And as always, Curl Talk, when you come on, we have something always wonderful for everyone. So please engage, be part of the conversation. Get a chance to just get, something new that we learn. Every week we try to engage you guys with something different other than the hair texture. We want to give you more than just what, your hair looks like. We want to kind of feed you with great information and knowledge. So, we have an awesome guest. And so let's get on to the show. Toneka, can you just share with us who you are, your company, and your platform and your profession and what you do? Our audience would like to know a little bit more about you.
Okay. Well, I am an independent filmmaker. Like you said a few minutes ago, my company is Reel 365, REEL 365, like a film reel. And it's a platform for independent films made by Black filmmakers. And
Yes.
the idea came about, like I said, I'm an independent filmmaker and had made some films and just really wanted to come up with something to push Black indie films because there's so many talented filmmakers out there, and we really don't get to see their work,
Yes.
how talented they are. Because as we know, Hollywood only lets a few of us in at a time, right? But there's so many films that just go left unseen. And like you said, you're a comic book geek. You know, a lot of people would never think that they would ever see a comic book movie in theaters. And then there, you know, writers that do horror and anime and just the whole gamut. We have people out here doing all of that, but we only get to see a very small bit. So I said, why not create a platform where we can actually see all that we're doing?
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome. I think that definitely, I was reading a lot when the movie was on its press. This is not about Black Panther tonight, so I want to not leave it. But I think your platform is so, I guess, valuable because I read a article about representation matters. And it feels like when you want to feel like you're part of the story in life. You want to feel like you have a seat at, in at the table to some degree. How many of you guys, I mean, I grew up, watching a lot of films, and not saying that we haven't come across really great films, regardless of, race. Because here's my little reveal of Heather. I'm going to get the next question, but one of my favorite films, I'm going to just reveal it, and it's not Black film, but it's just one of those movies that just like always kind of takes me to a place of like, wow, is Dirty Dancing. I don't know why. I have this thing, I'm telling y'all right now, I have this thing about Dirty Dancing. I'm not trying to discredit any, idea of any films in the Black industry, but I love movies, and regardless of whether it's Black, a predominantly Black movie or a movie, with characters or, a director, it makes the movie just makes you feel like you're part of something. You just want to be involved with it. It tells a really great story,
And that's what I was about to say. It's a good story no matter who's in it.
Yes.
We as Black filmmakers get typecast. Well, we can only do comedies.
Yeah.
Or we can only do romantic comedies. We get typecast when we definitely could be out here making a Dirty Dancing film. You know what I'm saying? We could be doing all of that. So it's really, like you said, it's just a good story.
A good story. And everyone loves a good story because it's just one of those things where you just like read it and you're like, wow, like I just feel like you're part of it. Like you can connect with the protagonist, you could connect with the person, behind the person that you kind of see yourself as. And so with that being the case, we did bring up again about the whole idea of, films and with everyone who may not or have seen Black Panther, I'm not doing spoilers tonight. I'm not doing that. Your expertise as a filmmaker. Can you share with us why a film like Black Panther was so successful? Because as you can see, this movie is about to hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
And again, for whatever reason, it just seemed like, not saying it was an underdog because no one expected this film to show up the way it did because of the Avengers and the Justice League and, if you guys watch movies or not, it doesn't have to necessarily be the superhero comic movie. But the Black Panther film had a formula that clearly worked. And for whatever reason, can you share with our audience why people, have this love for it, or why it's so successful?
I think there was a real thirst for it. Like I just said, we usually see ourselves in comedies or in romance and that sort of thing. We don't see ourselves really like how we see ourselves as kings, as warriors, as queens, out here just getting it done. And so I think there was a thirst to see a movie that, number one, painted the continent of Africa in a very positive light, because we know we turn on our TV, what we can see, what's fed to us. So it was just, there was a big thirst for seeing, Africa, a country in Africa portrayed in a positive light, that we are scientists, that we're warriors, we're kings, we're queens.
Yes.
The dress and how we carried ourselves, just throughout the whole thing, we feel proud, and people just came out and they showed up. But I'm not surprised. I wasn't surprised. And I always am of the mindset that if you give us a chance to really shine,
yes,
we will come out in droves, in numbers, and they will see what our dollars can do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to bring the audience and viewers in, how many guys, what film have you guys feel like, kind of, not comparing Black Panther, but like, I've always remembered films, not telling my age, but I remember when Malcolm X came out, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was like, yes, they got to see that. Hurricane. I mean, films that had such a significance in history. And I remember, as you said that, what I think was also so significant about this movie, it was pre-slavery kind of tone.
Yeah.
It showed that this didn't involve, us being from a bondage perspective.
Exactly. And
I remember. And how many guys, if you guys can comment, how many guys remember Roots? How like that it came out, and oftentimes a movie that talks about, slavery and like the strength from slavery. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, like, I guess I was surprised it became like a movie that, or the televised movie that I guess people were, just like, wow, like it was great.
Yeah.
The normal story of slavery is always like, kind of, you don't really want to talk about it. We know we have, a dirty past. America has a dirty past. Yeah. Not America. I think in all, slavery was kind of, the untold discussion. And when it comes to film, it's almost, like you said, the usual, getting beaten.
Here we go again. Exactly.
Here we go again. So for this movie, it just made such a difference with other people seeing themselves in a way that didn't have anything to do with, the story that we all are familiar with.
Exactly.
Yes. Hey, Bobby. Thank you for joining us tonight. As I said before, this discussion is always going to be more than just the hair industry. We, Crooked is involved with the hair and beauty industry space, but we behind all this hair texture, there's a lot of thought in my brain. So I've always, and in celebrating of Black History Month, our campaign is about Rise, Love and the Power Within, and with Toneka being a filmmaker, thought it was a great part of the February month campaign. And so, what do you think? And the Oscars is coming up.
Yes, on Sunday.
Right?
On Sunday.
Yes. And so, what do you think about movies? Do you think this movie, or what movies do you think qualify that are Oscar-worthy? Do you think Black Panther should be an Oscar-worthy movie? Because I'm not sure if they qualify. Do they qualify? Because it just came
this year. Wow. I will definitely see them next year.
You think that?
I think directing. I think costume for sure.
Oh yes.
If Ruth Carter does not get in for costume, she did.
We're gonna have to just rip Hollywood apart.
Yes. The soundtrack was awesome. The acting.
Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Like, he made that. Yes. That the soundtrack with the movie that put together an awesome connection.
Yeah,
awesome.
I think top to bottom they should be in multiple categories next year. Mm-hmm. And as for Sunday, we'll be looking at Get Out and a few other films that'll be in the Oscars. I'll be watching. People have the hashtag Oscars so white and Oscars still so white. So
yeah, it's true.
It's true.
How many of you guys seen Get Out? I ain't seen it, guys. I'm sad. I got 2 kids.
Yeah. She's like hashtag life. Yeah.
Hashtag life. I have not seen it. How many of you guys, if you guys can comment, how many of you guys seen it? With your response, let us know if you've seen Get Out. And without spoiling it for me, is it worthy of an Oscar? Because I didn't see it, but from what I'm hearing, it hit a lot of messages that we didn't, again, in society. I feel like sometimes those movies are really kind of changing the conversation. Yes. And it's always, when it comes to a point where the Oscars are recognizing it, or at least it got like recognition and it killed like movie tickets. It makes you wonder, like, why is these movies so important now? Like, can you explain just, how do you get more films like, Get Out and Girl Trip and Black Panther, and how do we get films to stay in these like big hitting ticket, films? Because we always only kind of get these like, and I don't know if you guys can just comment, how many of you guys feel like we only get once in a blue moon really great films that represent, the Black culture? Because I feel like that's the case.
It feels like they trickle in. They're only maybe 2 per year. 2 per year. I think one is that we're always waiting on Hollywood to let us in, and I think we need to get out of that. We need to, because Hollywood was built not wanting us in, and so we're in 2018 and we're still banging on the door like, let us in, let us in, let us in. I think for a movie like Get Out and Girls Trip and even Black Panther, you have filmmakers who, and we have to remind ourselves, we all start from someplace.
Yes.
Filmmakers started off in film festival circuits. And I've been going to film festival for years, and you figure Ryan Coogler years ago started out did a short film. It was titled Fig in a film festival. And I actually saw that film in film festival. So you figure he started out there, got support back then. And I feel like the huge thing that we need to do is to start supporting filmmakers where they start off. And not just the filmmakers, the actors. Because like a Chadwick Boseman, we all don't start from the top. We all start from somewhere and then we work our way up. And I think it's vital for us to start and support these filmmakers on the ground level, and then push, help to push them up so that would bring more recognition for all of them across the board. And then we would see more of these movies in Hollywood, because we would have already supported them for a time before they transition onward and upward. And so that's really the primary focus as well for Real 365, is supporting filmmakers, a Ryan Coogler, actors, a Chadwick Boseman, before they're large, and seeing their films, and then that gives them the opportunity to be seen and make more films and increase their viewership and that sort of thing. So we got to support these people before you see them taking off their shirts and with spears and all this wonderful stuff.
Yeah, because I just, prior to us coming on tonight, guys, I actually didn't realize he was in All My Children. Chadwick Boseman. How many guys knew that Chadwick Boseman was in All My Children? He had little small parts.
I didn't know he was in All My Children. I think I've
seen that. Am I correct? I don't know how many guys are into films or follow his IMDb.
There you go.
For those, I'm not as articulate in the movie space, but can you just make sure people understand what the IMDb is, because that just makes you kind of know who's people.
Yeah. IMDb, and it's it's something movie database. And so if you want to look up movie database, you want to look up everyone that's worked on not everyone, because you have to add your info in there, but TV and film, you've actors, the writers, directors, all of those folks, their names and their whole resume of what they've worked on are on IMDb. Yeah.
And so there's another question. It may not be specifically about, not saying specifically, but I just wanted to ask you, like, could you just like recommend people, because I'm into films, and I feel like sometimes we only get caught up with the films that have the biggest marketing budget to be on the billboard. But can you share with us, some really great indie films that you can recommend? Because again, sometimes I like to watch films that have some meaning and substance, or not even just some substance, but just something a little different artistically, whether the subject matter is, about, something on the tone of not say Black Panther, but just, something really to kind of spark the interest and kind of make you start like really thinking a little bit more differently.
Okay, so first I would say is to support your local film festivals.
Mhm.
Usually, in a lot of cities, there are film festivals that have are not too expensive, and they run throughout the year,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to see all different types of films throughout the festival. And those filmmakers will have social media. You follow them. They may be selling their work or whatever, what have you.
Yeah.
And Sundance is really good with showing diverse films
Mhm.
from around the world. And Sundance has already happened this year. I
Okay.
can't recall who got into Sundance this year.
Okay. But it was a really great film.
Yeah, always. And if you follow who's gotten into Sundance filmmakers usually make it into theaters because that's how Fruitvale Station got as big as it was. It showed at Sundance first.
So let me understand this, and this is for everyone on, and I myself want to. I feel like Ryan Coogler being in the industry, doing this movie was because somehow someone gave him a chance.
Yes.
And also people were supporting what he did.
Yes.
Because it's just like if you guys write a book, you sell a product. If no one is buying it or if no one's supporting it, you're really not going to see much exposure.
Right. They don't get much traction. Yeah.
Let's get traction. So if you really think about it, we have to really kind of go about watching films, guys. We have to really kind of look at what films, if you really want to see yourself, and as I said before, I go back to the articles I read, representation matters. If you really want to see yourself, in these movies, or not yourself, but see people that look like you.
Yeah, people that your kids being able to see people that look like them and identify with neighborhoods they're in and friends they have and all these sorts of things. Yeah.
You have to basically be part of providing and watching the films or even showing up at these film festivals. So that is also, in segue into the meaning of your company's message, our perspective, our voices, our stories. So does that give some meaning to why you're doing why you built the company you built?
Oh yeah. Earlier you I think you touched on our representation, and we were talking about like our representation in Hollywood. Our representation right now in the writer's room, like when you see television shows that have Black casts, you would be surprised at the number of people that are actually Black at these tables. Like it's one, maybe two people that are writing on a lot of these shows.
Got it.
And so I think it's very important that if we're being seen in a film, it should be realistically our voice. It should come from our actual perspectives.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where that comes from, because on Real 365, these movies are films that are made by Black writers or directors. So you know what you're getting.
Got it. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome to know that that the message, the whole component is like, for me, I know that the writing had some form of, had to kind of go deep into the story of like, okay, they had to, not saying that the storyline couldn't have been written by anyone, but you have to be part of that understanding the experience to write about a king from Africa, or at least have some.
Right.
Because I know Marvel, again, is predominantly not, focused on Black comics, but they had to get someone with some history, of that culture to kind of write into the storyline.
For it to be real and for it to be real. I think one example of the movie, and I didn't see the movie, Detroit. I don't know if anyone is on.
I see Detroit. If you guys, for you guys can post like some movies that you guys recommend, because a lot of times, like I don't get a chance to watch a lot of movies, but I plan on putting, a little time off, if I even get a chance between working and taking care of family and running this business and everything that I do. I like to kind of just decompress and watch a good film. If you guys can comment some films you guys recommend, because I've heard of Detroit. Shout out to John Boyega. That's my dude right there.
Yeah.
He's one of the actors in there, and I know Detroit was simulated off of a real life situation. Was that kind of like the spark to the race riots?
Detroit. That's right. There was a huge uprising because an innocent person was murdered. But that film didn't do well at box office.
Wow.
And they got a lot of slack because the film didn't feel authentic. So the writer for that film and the directors were all Caucasian. And so a lot of people felt like, this would feel differently if it, had some people of color that identify what it would be like to be in a riot situation, to know someone who's, has been murdered by a police officer if they were innocent, all these different perspectives that go into a movie like that. And there was no Black voice in that film.
And I'm not ruining Black Panther, so I'm going to say something. Because for those who haven't seen it, not spoiling it, but Ryan Coogler, and from what I've heard, he sprinkles his Oakland roots in his movies. Like, that's like his Easter egg. And when you notice it, he's placed his kind of culture and some part of his kind of, part in being a Black person. And of course, Black Panther. And I want to remind people, just because the movie says Black Panther is not because it's not just for Black people to watch.
Right.
The movie is a movie.
Yeah.
It's a movie first.
Movie. That's right.
Remember, it was a movie. When the comic was written, it wasn't like, oh, I want a whole bunch of Black people to watch this comic. It was a comic. It was a comic.
Right.
What makes it more important? I was watching a little. I'm not on Facebook, but Trevor Noah made a very interesting comment. He said it's just a movie. It's just really more important because people in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like
still a movie. Right? Yeah.
And so I think that, like you said, Detroit didn't know, and it's weird enough. The movie didn't really last long in theaters, and I don't think I've seen it even advertised even as a DVD. Maybe didn't really get much circulation post.
Yeah.
Film. But as you said before, in your message, our voice, our perspective, our stories. Yeah. If there's not a connection, there has to be authenticity for it to feel like there's something that the audience can get from it.
Yeah, and that's with any story.
Got it.
Not just with Black stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just with any story. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So guys, I don't want to keep you guys. If you guys have any more questions, I know that Toneka is she's a film. She's in the film industry. She's a film director. She has film historian, I call them. She has a very deep understanding of films and movies. And so if you have any questions or just comments that you want to make, whether it be about Black Panther, you plan on seeing it, Girls Trip, Get Out, feel free to comment. But also in addition to not just commenting, we do want to ask you guys, if you want to be part of getting an awesome, Toneka, my shared people, tell people what you're offering at the end of this.
Oh, yes. And Deanne, I hope I'm saying your name right. She said Mudbone was a good movie. Mudbone was a very good movie. It's on Netflix. That one has Mary J. Blige in it and some other folks in it. That was really good. So yes, for the Curl Kit family, I am offering free memberships to Real 365. So you will be able to take a sneak peek, get your own login and be able to watch and view all of the films that we currently have on the site. I'm so excited for you guys to see them. And to take advantage of that offer, you go to bit.ly/realcurl, and that's REELCURL for the Curl Kit family. I'm offering that to you guys. And I am giving away 3 tickets to 3 pairs of tickets to 3 folks that sign up on Real 365. So for all of you folks that did not get a chance to see Black Panther yet, or, I forgot to bring this up as well, A Wrinkle in Time, which is coming.
Oh, yes. Ava DuVernay. Am I saying her name?
Yes. Ava DuVernay. Mm-hmm. Yes. A Wrinkle in Time. I'm hoping she does well, even though she's still like on the tail of Black Panther. But yeah, so you have your choice of what you can see. If you've already seen Black Panther, support her in seeing A Wrinkle in Time for that. But that, again, that's for folks that sign up for 365.
So type in REEL, REEL 365 to get a free membership in the comments. It's free for the next, in the next 24 hours. You type REEL 365.
Well, use the bit.ly, because that's why I have the code, and then I'll know that your folks will be thrown in for the free tickets, and that's bit.ly/real curl.
Okay, awesome. And also that by typing in the comments, it will also go to the bit.ly link.
That's right. Yes.
So we just make it a little easy for y'all. Sometimes typing in a bit because if we're watching from any device, we make it just like one easy quick in. So either way, you can type in through the link, or if you want to just type in the comments right now, guys, REEL 365. And I will take you right to the link, and then we'll just be able to bring you on right to getting that free membership. Who does not love free membership?
I know. You're like, wait a minute, free? I will be
taking it free, but we do give y'all free stuff.
I know.
So take advantage. So again, I love to just get some people's feedback. Mudbone. We'll be watching it. Deanne, that was Deanne. Sorry, Deanne. Yes. Thank you for that, because I watch movies. I don't get a chance to watch it. I have a chance to put some movies on my list. So I do plan on watching some of your films. I do plan on going and looking at Mudbone. I do plan on watching Get Out. Girls Trip was hilarious. I just want to go back and
yes, I know. That's fun. Yeah, that was a really good one.
Yeah. So while we're wrapping up, if you guys do want to comment on some information that you guys definitely want to share with us about films, or what make you think Black Panther was so worthy, and Get Out, or
your favorite film.
Feel free to just let us know. If you have any questions for Toneka, she has wealth of knowledge in regarding to the film industry. And Oscars is coming up, and what do you guys think? Well, I really don't not to say I'm not part of the Oscar So White movement, but I don't feel like we don't see enough films for me to I just don't feel like I'm part of watching a movie.
That's true.
No shade to whatever movies are coming out, but I just don't feel like there's a balance of movies for me to feel like I want to watch. I want to watch it, but if you notice, and I want to remind people, Bollywood decided they just gonna make films themselves. The Indian film industry is a whole new separate. They're just films. They're a whole organization.
Yes. Yeah, they're like, you're not gonna let us in. Cool, we got us.
Exactly.
And that's Bollywood and Nollywood, the Nigerian films.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you go into a braid shop, they listen.
Oh yeah,
films ready.
My Nigerian people. I got a lot of Igbo friends. Yes. Shout out to the Nigerian community.
And it's the same, but they put their filmmakers make a lot of movies throughout the year, and they support their films.
Awesome. So we'll just remind you guys that having supporting films in the Black industry is important. Please don't get it twisted that you're creating this division in Hollywood, because the Indian people create their Hollywood films.
Yeah.
Nigerians create their Hollywood films. And then again, Nigerians is, it's not necessarily, saying they're Black, but they create something around their community.
Yeah.
We need to create films around our community.
Around our communities.
Exactly. That's so true. Let's just remember, let's just remember that that's, also important, that we want to make sure films and people are watching films that just speak something about our story. So I wanted to thank you, for joining us. Latanya, I saw she said yes, looking forward to it. Thank you. Yes, a lot of people are typing in Real 365 to get that free membership, and I'm definitely going to check out Mudbone. So anyone else have any questions they want to make, comments, any films that they definitely want to recommend that I watch, or if you wanted to share with everyone to watch, because I'm definitely planning on seeing some of these films, because I haven't had a chance to see a lot of them, but I oftentimes like to kind of step away from the big screen films and watch something a little bit off the beaten path, because indie films don't get a lot of credit. Don't get twisted. Indie films have a lot of substance behind it.
Oh yeah.
I find myself running into a lot of indie films that are not in movie theaters, and just wow, that was a great movie. Why nobody giving it credit?
Exactly.
Yeah, and remind you guys, Ryan Coogler did Fruitvale. Fruitvale was an indie film.
Yes, it was.
It
was done with a small budget.
Small budget film that got recognition.
Oh, so yeah.
You have to watch and support these. Let me remind you, if you want to see and see representation of yourself, you have to support these films.
That is so true.
And then my husband and oftentimes when I get into these very intellectual social circles of my friends, we always say, if we don't go support these films, they won't make the films. So we have to watch, we have to support the films so we can see ourselves. Because now, I don't know if you guys know this, I'm going to wrap this up, that this movie, Black Panther, now Disney decided they're going to donate, I think, money to create a STEM building.
Yeah.
That tells you that that people are in need of this stuff. People want to see this. So Disney realized, hey, you know, if we didn't support this, do you think that Disney would have decided to write a check to build a STEM? Because Ryan Coogler made Disney a lot of money.
And it's still making the money. And they're like, wait a minute, we want to be able to make another one with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They like, we'll do whatever you like asking for.
Right. right.
They know now that he's doing it. Yes, Jenny said, I saw Black Panther awesome. Wasn't it? It's just, I might go see it again. Just how great it was. Donna, you better go see it, girl. I know you. I'm calling out Donna, Miss Hair today. She ain't see it. I'm going to get you.
You're like, oh boy.
Yeah, so in any case, anything else to say tonight? I do not want to take up no more of your time. I want to thank everyone for being part of the conversation, part of this wonderful end of the month Black History, celebration. It's real 365, and Black History is real 100. Well, 300.
There you go, 365 days a year. I got you.
We're celebrating all the way to the day, but we're gonna go past it because we're gonna continue supporting films, for supporting film companies like Real 365. She has an online place to watch Black films.
That's right.
Platform that's going to help, at least broaden your horizon to seeing movies that are, outside of our scope, because oftentimes we only get a chance to watch movies, when they come out, such as this one, when, someone supports the film to get it out there. So she's building a place where you can actually support filmmakers like Ryan Coogler, who are in these small, smaller scale budget movies. So I definitely want to just make sure you guys just, jump on and support her platform, because her platform is supporting movies that you just saw. Sorry, guys. Just making sure you guys understand it. That is so true. Yeah. Bobby asks, how can we subscribe? Bobby, you want to subscribe to her membership? Go to type in the comments Real 365. It'll take you to the bit.ly link, and you'll be able to go right on into the membership. So take advantage of it, because she's not allowing this to be a free membership for long, because she's already she's gonna build the site past this, and then after that you gotta pay. So take advantage of that now, guys. So I want to thank you guys for joining us tonight, and as always, thank you, Toneka.
Thank you for having me. I was so honored to come tonight. Thank you.
I am honored as well. Thank you guys for being part of the conversation. I do appreciate everyone joining us tonight and taking part. And the giveaway, is there specific people we're gonna pick, or are you gonna go on later and pluck them? Or
go on later and get the whole and do the random. I'm not gonna look at the names. I'm just gonna do it randomly and pick 3 folks to win.
Okay.
Make sure you guys follow me as well on social media, Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at Real 365. This past month, I've been doing highlights of people in film and TV every day with a lot of fun facts. So that's been really, really fun.
Awesome. And also follow Curl Kid. Again, our February is wrapping up, but our March is on sale. We have this is our 6th anniversary, 6 years.
All right.
In the industry has been doing it. I literally am grateful and blessed to have just see a business.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
March, February Curl Kid. We have an awesome special sale. Get in on the wonderful, wonderful, our anniversary box. We'll have a chock full of everything. So don't forget to join our social media channels and subscribe and check out the awesome information and products and content that we have to share with you guys for our 6-year anniversary. So with that being said, thank you guys for joining us on our weekly Curl Talk Live, and have a wonderful and blessed week, everyone. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks again.
Take care.